Well, we're here at the moment and we've bumped into a white South African lady who actually has a really interesting story to tell, and I'm just going over it, and some of the information maybe go, well, I can't swear because we're not doing that yet. That's later on. But anyway, if I just ask you what your name is and where you come from.
My name is Alexia Abnett. I'm from South Africa. I'm the founding director of Southern African Fight for Rhino.
So you now find yourself over here because your safety was such that you were having death threats against you because of what you were doing. What were you actually doing at the time to make you an enemy of?
I actually expose wildlife crime. I have been instrumental in upsetting a lot of private owners as well as government organizations because of the abject poaching of the rhino for its horn.
Now, something I didn't realise is just how much they're worth. So I asked you, and that's when my jaw hit the deck. So if you could just tell people exactly how much it's worth.
A rhino horn fetches $68,000 per kilogram, and an adult rhino, 5-year-old adult rhino, can produce anything between 6 and 9 kgs of horn.
That is a rather large industry that you were getting in the way of.
Yes, I was. It's quite large.
So because you actually were exposing this and exposing the people that were involved in it, basically a death threat went out against your life?
Yes, I've had a few death threats, and I came over to Ireland seeking international protection.
So you would be a bit of a rare case, if you like, because there's a lot of people who are being persecuted over in South Africa who are white for different reasons, but on this particular subject, you're probably one of the only ones at the moment that we know of, but there again, we don't get to hear anything anyway, that's basically come over with this. So how much... the people that they send out to kill these rhinos, they're victims themselves in a way, aren't they?
Indeed, they are. They are very poor. The South African government has never addressed their poverty alleviation in the areas, what we call hotspot areas. And so the syndicates from China and Vietnam actually utilize these people to do the poaching and the killing of the rhino. And very, very quickly they get the horn and it's spirited away to Vietnam or China within 48 hours. But these guys are earning 150,000 rand per group of 3. And it takes 3 people to actually go and poach a rhino.
Now, I'm a bit dense, so I don't understand what the conversion rate from a rand to say, for instance, a dollar or a pound is. So what's 150,000 rand worth in, say, dollars?
At the moment, the currency, the rate of exchange is 15 to 1. So you're looking at 10,000 rand, $10,000 per group of 3 poachers, which is more money than they will see in their lifetime, just for one rhino.
That's the thing. It's a massive thing. I mean, the moment you see that rhino, whether you love it or not, that's going to be the way that you live your life comfortably for the rest of your life. If you just kill one and then maybe ask for forgiveness or whatever, but it still doesn't stop the fact that all of these rhinos are getting killed and they are endangered. So what can we do ourselves to try and help combat this? Because at the moment it's a trade that needs to be exposed. I mean, Donald Trump, did he do something the other day about releasing or basically saying that you can now trade in elephant horns again or something like that? I heard something.
Yeah, he's lifted the ban. There was an international ban in place on the importation into America of what we call the elephant trophies, the hunting trophies. So he's lifted the ban on that, so people can carry on hunting elephants. And I do believe that is now linked to the latest 87 to 90 elephants that have been poached in Botswana very recently, but that's another story for another day. I have specialized in rhino and the poaching of rhino and the research of rhino for the last 10 years.
So, I mean, it seems to me the most morally abhorrent thing to do, to have anything to do with people that are to do with the killing of rhinos, basically, because I wouldn't want anything that kills an animal for its tusks, horns, or whatever, because I just wouldn't want it. Now, what exactly I mean, because I'm completely clueless on this. What are they using these horns for? Is it a decorative thing, or is it a compound in a medicine, or what is it for?
Okay, you've got the Chinese, what they call the Chinese traditional medicines. They have been key for centuries in crushing rhino horn to put into their traditional medicines. Finally, the last 10 years or so, it's not even in the recipes anymore with China. The main demand now is Vietnam. There's a few reasons. One of the ministers said that rhino horn had cured him of cancer, and that's when it just went ballistic. Everybody that was anybody wanted rhino horn to cure their cancer, which is, it doesn't work. It's keratin, your nails.
We need to make them look like the animals they are, and anybody who has anything to do with this, you need to call them a bunch of mugs, because I can't think of anything in a bull's or elephant or anybody else's horn, right, is not going to make you more virile, cure your cancer, or do anything else. You're a fucking idiot if you believe it.
Exactly. They are so ignorant, but it's the syndicates that drive it. These are the same syndicates that do slave trade, sex trade, drugs, arms, ammunition. All that is all in the same category of illegal dealings. So these syndicates will drive anything. If they tell you, and you get stupid people that would believe it, okay, this is going to give you a hard-on, they're going to go out and they're going to do whatever they have to do to get that money. And the rhino horn, unfortunately, is worth more than gold now.
£68,000 for a... I'm sorry, I'm not willing to pay that. I'd sooner go and spend it on something else. I really would. I mean, let's be fair, it's ridiculous. And then the horn of the rhino lives. So where does this leave you at the moment?
Well, I'm here in Ireland. I have gone through the... first of all, my health started imploding when I got here. I was here the first week and I landed up in the Mater Hospital with my diabetes, and I kept saying, it's the stress, it's the stress. You must bear in mind, I gave up everything in my country to get here, and I think I just basically got stressed out.
But to be fair, it's a totally different environment over here. I mean, the temperature, the humidity and everything else is different here than it is over there. So naturally, you're going to fare differently over here. So is there a chance at any point you can go back, or is that it for you now?
Well, I have actually, through my health, psychologically and physically, I found that the health system here in Ireland is under extreme pressure. And you do have a lot of visitors that are just rolling on the system. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that are probably very genuine, but I sit in an asylum process, and I sit and I watch all these people coming into Ireland. It is really unreal.
See, the thing that annoys me, right, is that you've paid into a system somewhere all your life, right? And just because you find yourself here, I believe in swings and roundabouts and karma, right? The fact that you've paid into a system over there and you come over here, there would have been people from here who've gone over there and benefited from the system. So the fact that you don't want to actually claim that it boils my piss, by the way, claim. Because we've got people coming over here at the moment, UK and also Southern Ireland, who are here to rape the system. They're fit and well, there's nothing wrong with them, all right? They're almost like a conquering, marauding army, all right? And these people have no shame about making the most out of a system, and yet you have done good all of your life, worked hard, bust your back after you fell out with somebody over a rock. Well, we'll talk about that another time, right? But here's the thing.
Building a lodge, also animal activism. I've been an animal activist all my life, and I have benefited not only nationally but internationally. I have benefited many countries with my activism, and I've saved rhino all over the world. I challenged the Australian government over our rhino. I challenged the European Union over our rhino and the illegal trade in elephant ivory. I assist and I work along with people in the European Union that are trying desperately to stop all of this. So we work very, very hard to save the world's resources, especially the wildlife. And I come here and I really, really wanted to make Ireland my future. I wanted to make my headquarters here. Southern African Fight for Rhino made this the head office so that I could fight within the European Union. With my health, I have to go back.
That's the thing. And look, there's always going to be Europe anyway. Whether there's the European Union, hopefully not. But yeah, you need to go back. You need to be protected, and your work will be ongoing. What I'm struggling to see is over years we managed to get rid of the stupidity of hunting animals for their skin, for their horns, for this, that, and the other, right? And we did away with slavery ages ago. And what have we got the rise of at the moment? Hunting again, white slavery, all of this sort of stuff. White slavery, black slavery, call it what you like. All of this is coming back under liberalist, Marxist, communist bullshit values, right? And these people profess themselves to be the moral ones, right? And look at it. And I'm just like, I mean, you see it for yourself. But hopefully, people who are watching this, because I speak to a lot of people from South Africa, might be able to help you. And hopefully, well, if that's the case, repatriate you if that's what you want to do. But personally, if it wasn't for your health, I'd say stay here for now, because it's not the safest place in the world over there at the moment.
It's definitely not safe. It's not safe with my work, for the start. And since I've been here for the last 7 months, things have got progressively worse in South Africa. So I'm going back to possibly, first of all, having to start all over again with my bad health, my age, my disabilities. I've got to start my businesses. I don't know if I can actually achieve anything more on that side. I have to continually, somebody said to me today, look, things are just getting out of hand. There's so few of us left in the world that want to fight for wildlife. And I said, well, it's the only life I know. I don't know another life.
When you stop doing something you love, that's what finishes a person, right?
I might as well die.
So you need to keep going. But yeah, while the situation over in South Africa seems really grim, especially with our Prime Minister almost endorsing it with the money that she's chucking at those idiots over there, and then you've got Communist China coming in, you've got Malemo being a complete bellend. He's a happy little creature, isn't he? But where it looks grim, I would like to think that people like Lauren Southern and all the other people that are covering this are getting the message out, and it will become so utterly embarrassing to politicians that they'll have to do something, because at the end of the day, the white farmer over there, and this is something I learned the other in a live stream, that the Boer were there before a lot of these coloured people, black people were, because the Boer went there first, right, settled, used the farmlands, whatever. There's a load of desert you can't use over there and all that stuff. I knew none of this, but there again I wouldn't, because I'm not that way inclined, but I have learned. And then all of a sudden these people started migrating over the borders from different places, right, who are black, and then they say it's their land, and it's bullshit, actually. And to say that the Boers are all bad people, you've got to kill them and all the rest of it is, why is it white genocide's acceptable now anyway? What do you think of that?
Well, the thing is, if we just go back a little bit and backtrack to the wars, especially the Rhodesian War, we were fighting communist infiltration, and now the communists are there. China put it into Mugabe's head that, the whites are racist, start getting rid of them, get them out of the country, we will give you arms and ammunition to do this, get rid of them. The same thing if you look at the South African wars, it was to fight communism infiltrating into South Africa. Africa is a done deal for China now. It's done. China has taken over Africa. I am very, very verbal on it.
How are they going to rob you of your mineral resources?
Well, I don't know. They have already pummeled Africa. They take what they want with impunity. I actually challenged a Chinese ambassador. In fact, there was a press shutdown because I aggravated him so much with my questions that he got hysterical, and he said it wasn't just China, we need to look at our presidents, they are corrupt, and it's not just China. And in fact, he said to me in that forum, in fact, it's Zuma. Yes, talk to Zuma. So I said, okay, thank you very much. And the press was shut down. completely. Fortunately, I had a recording, and I didn't know I had a recording except 7-8 months later. But at the end of the day, China offers these cheap loans, these cheap tricks to get these African corrupt leaders on their side, to get indebted to China, and then they come in and say, okay, well fine, now we want your donkeys, we want your dogs, cats, elephants, rhinos, pangolins, hornbills, we want everything. They eat anything with the back to the sun.
You'll be left with nothing but bloody insects in the end.
They eat insects too.
All right, no insects as well. Cockroaches even. These guys, nothing is sacred.
No, I believe it.
Well, look, that's quite shocking. That's definitely food for thought. So,
but at the end of the day, I have come to the conclusion with my health, it's deteriorating more and more every day. I would rather take a bullet, which is quick, than languish here on a medical system that is so slow. And I feel so sorry for the Irish people, because there are many waiting for years for treatment. Yeah, I come seeking international protection, and I find that I'm given the best of the best in the Mater Hospital, and in all conscience I cannot accept it. I just cannot.
That's noble. So look, if anybody wants to help you in any way, how can they help you?
Well, I don't know. Just keep supporting us, support what work we do. There are many very good organizations all over the world doing their best. I am a person that challenges Cites constantly, because they do need their cages rattled, especially nowadays. They're issuing permits for exports of rhino to China, exports of baby elephants from Zimbabwe, babies stolen from their mothers. Even rhino recently, the baby is left suckling in Zimbabwe. They've taken the mother and whisked it off to some foreign country. We don't know where. There's no transparency. So basically my message is just keep supporting us. Just keep, like you, talking about it, putting it in the media correctly, firmly, transparent. You know, I heard a lot about media doing all sorts of funny things today, so I don't want to be part of that.
No. So, is there a web address that they can see what you're doing again on? Because, right, okay, we'll just tell them again.
They can go to my website. It's www.saffr.co.za, or they can go onto the same name of the group on Facebook. Very active group.
Okay, well that's great. Look, thanks for talking to us at the end of the day.
Thank you, Simon. I appreciate it.
Okay, cheers.